Welcome to Storytales, where love for pets meets the pursuit of dreams. I'm Penny.
I'm Rae.
Here, we will be unleashing our passion for pets and share our thoughts and experiences as we journey through our lives as pet and business owners.
Today, we will be sharing our business owning experience as Asian American woman.
Alrighty, let's dive in and make some positive waves. So, Rae, last time we talked about how we started the business, but I think we should dive a little bit deeper regarding how did you see yourself being a business owner? Like, is that something you've always dreamed of?
To be a business owner is not something I was dreaming about when I was a kid, but I always want to do something business related that is influenced by my father, because my father is a businessman, so he always, share his experience with us. But that is not the dream he wants for me when I was younger. I think for the reason is that one, I'm a girl, he think business world is, men-centered, and he can't really predict what will happen if I enter the world. And second is because I was also too young, and he is not sure about the potential of what kind of things I will be learning in the future. So he always told me, just do whatever you want.
It's interesting you say that. I think even for me, all my life, my grandmother or even just anyone older than me that is a family member would say, like, you're a woman. Like, you should be doing something more safe. Like, don't be risky, just work hard at that one job. And the very, I don't know, don't be like a man, basically, like I always get told that, which confuses me a lot as a child, because I just like to put myself out there. I like to just explore and try new things and, like, be myself, right? And being put down like that as a child, I don't think it really bothered me as it would have bothered someone else. I think it was more like, you know what, I'm just going to do what I want. I think it might be my personality. I don't know. I mean, my family is like a whole lineage of like entrepreneurs too, but maybe that's why they think like I should do something a little bit more less risky. And same boat as you, where, they're like, in the end, just do what you want. Well, that makes you happy, but don't be too risky, right?
Well, my dad never said risky. My dad just think I don't have what it takes to be a businessman or businesswoman.
Yeah. I've heard that phrase a few times too.
And every time I ask him, so what does it take? And then, there's actually a Taiwanese phrase saying like, I don't know how to translate into English, but the meaning is that it's very, very hard to give birth to a business child. And the reason for that is that it has to have certain talent to run a business. And then you have to, like, he has to have the courage, and he have to have the eyes for the future as well. And that's a unique talent. Not everyone has it.
Like, a vision.
Yes. And at the end is that you have to be a very good storyteller, because if you can tell your own story or you can market your product, no matter how good your product is, you can really sell. So without all those talent, it's very hard to be a successful businessman. That's probably why my father will always say, no, I don't think you are cut out for it.
Yeah. I mean, I think your dad, he's someone that I think definitely helps you learn.
Yeah.
And makes you consider the things, because he's made those mistakes, right, when he was younger.
And just because he is a businessman doesn't mean he guarantee going to produce another one, because this is not genetic. He sees us like a God-given talent. And right now he still says, I can see some potential of you, but you are just too lazy. You don't work hard enough.
Would you agree with him or no?
Sometimes. Depends on what. I think the reason he said that is because, I mean, we are two completely different personality. Throughout his life, he only focused on one thing. He has passion for his business, and then he just focused on that when he was young. And he only learned how to do one thing right. That's what he want me to do. And throughout my life, I want to do this and that. For example, I'm not good at drawing, but I used to want to be a fashion designer. I don't know what got into me. And I also want to be a vet, which I mentioned before. And at a certain point of my lifetime, I also told my parents, like, I want to be a scientist. Like, I want to do biotech.
Oh, wow. You're like, I want to be an astronaut. I want to be a biologist. I want to be a
I know, so
firefighter.
So I guess I can see why my dad, is uncomfortable for me to do business because, once you be a business owner, you really have to focus on what you are doing. So you can keep the company, growing and not fail, and then how to extend it. But I always told him, we only got one lifetime.
I agree. Like
there's so many opportunity out there and so many passion. And why do I only have to focus on one thing? And I do believe that, if you can find a good partner, good business partner or good friend, they are able to help you to achieve the dream.
Yeah. No, it's true. Like a lot of people think like you have to do everything yourself. You have to be like good at everything yourself, but that's really not the case. Like when you run a business, it's all about like working together, working with people you trust, working with the right talent, because we all play our own part. You're only one person, like we have so many things in our lives that like you cannot think, oh, I'm the best at everything and I can do it all. Like that's not the mentality,
Yeah.
You're just going to exhaust yourself, make yourself feel like, it's never ending. But at least with a person to work with, you'll find it more enjoyable too. And then you'll get like different like feedback, opinions, which can be a good or bad thing, but like I think it's healthy.
I think all the feedback is good.
Yeah.
Even the bad one.
Yeah, even the bad one, exactly. And it also can tell whether or not you guys can make a good partner, because if you guys can, in the end, find a middle ground and talk it out, like that's the best way to go.
Yes. I mean, I do have bad business partner before.
Yeah, me too.
That's another story for next time.
Oh gosh, do you want to air the dirty laundry out?
Hey.
Well, if you guys want to hear the dirty laundry, you guys can comment below. If not, then it's okay. Leave us alone. But no, I mean, like the best advice for anyone who has a business who had bad business partner is keep moving towards your goals. Don't let those bad experiences stop you, because there's always going to be bad experiences.
Yes.
But you should learn from them and don't let it hold you back, and take that lesson and bring it to the new place and be positive. I think being positive is the most important thing.
Yeah, my 2 cents is that, when we get into the argument, don't take everything too personal.
Yeah.
Like take things professional, and then you can evaluate if this feedback is actually helping the business or not. And if that's what you think it is, then you should just accept it.
Yeah. If
it's not, then maybe you have a tough decision, because everyone's vision is different. You can decide to walk away if you want as well.
Yeah.
It's not like even getting married, you can divorce too, right? So everything is not bind together forever. It's all depends on how you can solve it.
Yeah.
And then sometimes, working with best friend is difficult too. Just because, they are your best friend doesn't mean it's guaranteed to be a successful business partnership.
Yeah.
But don't ever let business get into,
the personal, the personal side. Like, I think it's cool that you're talking about that, because like, how do you balance friendship with business, right? I have to say, I think Rae and I started as friends from USC.
Yes.
I mean, our working dynamic has always been great. Whether
Are you
it's in
sure
school.
about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless there's something I don't know, Rae. Huh.
Just kidding.
Okay. See, that's how good the relationship is. We can just joke around, Like what Rae's saying is right. Like you have to know how to separate that emotion, because business is business, right? And like sometimes you just have to separate yourself from what you would take offensive, and then and what's actually better for the company. So I definitely do agree with what Rae said. Given that, how has being a woman actually in business treated you, Rae? Would you say?
I have to say being a woman is tough in general, because before in the business world, I was in music world. That is also a man's world, like I think it's very forgiven for men to make mistake, but then if women make mistake in any kind of way, the silly one or avoid one, people just like put like a magnificent glass and to criticize you. Say, see, this is why, you should just
Work a 9 to 5.
yes, get a real job or work in corporate. And some people will say, maybe you should just be a housewife, that kind of things.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you hear this kind of comment. I mean, I do hear this kind of comment, but not from my dad. From like, other people.
It's like acquaintances.
Yeah, like they don't understand why I do so much. I mean, I try to explain to them sometimes, but now I don't really care about them. I just, this is what I want to do, and this is what I want to try. And you're not going to stop me. And plus, how are you going to stop me? Whatever I'm doing is not going to affect you. It's only going to affect my own time, right? And you are not even my, family, so you're not going to be the one that get affected as well. The most things I care is that whatever I do, it should not be of effect to my family. That's my baseline.
Yeah, for me as a woman, I feel like being able to run our own business, I feel like we have more control in what we want to do. Like me working for a 9 to 5, yes, I do love what I do. But I feel like my voice is never heard. Like because I'm a woman, because I'm Asian as well, I feel like minorities have a tougher time being seen as a leader. And I think both Rae, you and I, we have strong personalities that have leadership qualities, and we respect that about each other, which is why like when we can come together and speak our mind, it feels respected and it feels heard. And I think having the business outlet kind of fulfills that side of me where I feel like we can do what we want, but at the same time still be able to, how'd you say, like have you keep me in check and I keep you in check, you know what I mean? Without feeling like, we're not just people just doing whatever,
Yeah.
But at the same time, like even going out to pitch or going out to like talk about our business to other people, I feel like I have to work extra harder to get their attention for us because we're women, because like we're a minority. It's just a feeling. I don't know if it's really the fact, but I just get that a lot where I feel like I'm being treated differently compared to another person who is not a minority or a woman.
Yeah, I do feel that too.
Like internally, we're fine, like within our own organization, everything's great. But when it comes to people outside that we're trying to get attention from, whether it's for funding, whether it's for, our competitions and whatnot, it's just, that's just unfortunate.
So Penny
reality.
here is more outgoing. She enjoys doing all those pitches and in-person events, but not me. I'm more like the behind the thing person.
Well,
and there's several reasons, because like Penny said, right, she feel unheard.
Yeah.
And my background is different from Penny's. I'm immigrant. So I always constantly, reminded that I have accents, and then some people don't understand my accents. And I think I also told you, right, when we were in USC, I got made fun of my accent. Someone would like...
Yeah, which is very messed up.
Impersonate my accents and trying to... I don't know if they are trying to break the ice or be nice, but for me, it's not funny.
Yeah, it's insensitive. It's like, it's basically a form of discrimination.
So, I mean, I didn't take it that way, that hard, but it's just like, it's very frustrating that because of my accent, so my idea doesn't get heard sometimes. And that's why I enjoy more to do behind the scene. Yes.
I mean, if you want to be more in front, like, would you be willing and wanting to be like more on the front side? Would you say?
Depends.
Depends on the
I
situation.
enjoy like, negotiate contracts and that kind of things, or going to events, meeting people.
Yeah.
Those kind of events are the thing I like. But if you want me to stand on, like the stage pitching like you, that's not something I would like.
Okay. I'll
that
take
is
care
your
of
job.
Okay, I'll take care of those. And yeah, I mean, once you're done with your pregnancy.
Hey, I didn't tell people I'm pregnant.
Well, oops, my bad. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, but that's why I meant, like, I totally understand what Penny say when her voice is not heard. Because most of the time, that's how I feel.
Well, didn't you tell me once when you told people you started a business with me, they were shocked that I was Asian?
Oh, yes. People were saying, like, well, first, because Penny, the name doesn't really sound Asian, right?
Okay, fair enough.
And also, we went to USC. So, I mean, we are in California. There's a lot of Asian, but you just like most people think USC is like, rich children's school or like, and then they were just associated with like white people. That's why they probably expect, oh, someone who want to do business with you must be a rich white girl.
And like, what was your reaction to that? Like, what was your thought about that? Like, do you feel like, man, like, why would they make such an assumption,
Oh, I actually didn't think of anything until you reminded me. I was just, no, she's Asian.
And then what was their reaction when you said she's Asian?
Oh, they was like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's not much reaction.
Yeah.
Until like you actually tell me, why did I think that? And then so I was like, yeah, is it because I'm not sensitive enough or Penny is being too sensitive?
I don't know. Maybe I'm being too sensitive, but why would they be shocked that I'm Asian? You know what I mean? Or like, or assumed I'm white. So that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. But then you have to say a lot of startup right now, they have like group of diverse people, right?
Yeah.
Like they will specific ask some minority to join them just so they look more diverse. Maybe that's why.
Well, I mean, like I'm open to diversity too. I mean, a lot of our people like are not just Chinese or Taiwanese.
Yeah,
so
we have. Oh my
we have
God.
all sorts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're always open to all diversity, like races, ethnicity, in general. Yeah, it's just interesting when people start assuming our nationality or ethnicity.
Yes.
A lot of people ask me, like, what's your nationality? And I look at them. I'm like, American. I'm American.
I actually don't get that kind of question. People will ask me, where are you from? What's your origins?
Your origin.
Yeah.
I just tell them I'm from America.
Well, because you are American, but for me...
I was born in America.
For me, I'm not American.
Yeah.
I don't born here.
I mean, I think that in a sense is a diversity between us as co-founders, right? Like I'm more American and you're more Taiwanese. So you're an international.
Yeah, I'm more Asian.
You're more Asian. I mean, I'm very Asian too, but I'm just...
Compared to you, I'm more Asian.
But it's interesting. Like people look at me and they assume I can't speak Chinese.
Oh yeah, I totally think that too.
Really? When you first met me?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you have the look like I don't speak Chinese.
Really? Like, okay, that is something I am always so curious about. Like, why do people think I don't speak Chinese?
It's so hard to explain. It's just like whenever I go back to Taiwan with some of my friends, they like people in Taiwan will know right away, hey, your friend is born in America, right? Even though they speak Chinese.
Oh.
You guys just have the certain look.
Interesting. I'm just wondering what
it's like
is.
I speak Taiwanese and Chinese very well, and I don't think I pick up weird accents when I'm here. But when I go back to Taiwan, even though some people told me that, hey, Ray, your Chinese has kind of changed, but I don't hear the difference. It's just like the small thing that I don't know.
I see.
I think that's why America is a melting pot, right? No matter who you are, where you come from, you're going to pick up something.
Well, lesson learned from people thinking I don't speak Chinese. Every time that happens, they say something bad and I point it out and they're like, oh, oops. So don't ever assume, you guys. You'll never know. They can be non-Asian and still speak some sort of Asian language.
I have a classmate who is black kid and then he understands Taiwanese.
Yeah, exactly. So
because
don't ever assume. That's another lesson to learn. Like, don't ever assume they don't know a certain language when they possibly can.
Yes, because you don't know people's background.
Yeah, you don't know where they're from, where they came, like where they're born, so where they grew up, right? But going back to being, minority women business owners, overall, I think there's a lot of odds are against us, but at the same time, we do get certain benefits, right? Like as women.
Yeah, you get some bank discount if you are
Bank
female
discount.
founder.
I mean, there are like lots of female founder programs out there,
Yes.
but I mean, you still have to like pay a fee or membership or things like that too, or maybe like apply for certain grants and stuff like
Yes.
that. So there are perks of being minority woman too, but like in general, there's always a lot of odds against us because we are women and we are Asian. We try to see a positive, like the side of everything. And no matter how hard the obstacle is for Ray and I, we're just gonna follow our passion.
Yes.
Like I always say, just put on your Nikes and just do it. Like that's all we gotta do. Keep doing what we do.
Yeah, what happens if you don't have Nike?
Oh shoot. I accidentally walked out with my Crocs today. I forgot to change my shoes. Honestly, regardless of the shoes you wear, just do it.
Yeah, so Penny, how does your parents react when they
Oh.
find out about OmniPay Club? I can tell you what my dad say.
A lot of people in my family just tell me, I mean, it depends on who. And as I get older, it's gotten better.
Okay.
So when I was younger, like after college, let's say, my mom has always been supportive, no matter what. She wouldn't question me. But like other people would be like, you're just wasting your time, or you're taking a big risk for no reason. You should just stick with your 9 to 5. You'll do better that way. Just all these negative things. But my mom, my aunt, they're all my number one supporters in my family, and they've always encouraged me to just do what I do best. So it's not like everyone in my family gave me negative feedback, but yeah, there are those who encourage me, and whether or not they encourage me or put me down, I don't think it would ever change me wanting to do something with my life, wanting to make an impact somewhere, out there, no matter what it is, even if it's very, very tiny, even if it's just impacting one little person's life,
Yes.
like I'll still do what I do no matter what. How about you?
Me? Well, I typically don't like to share my things with others. You know that. And so when I told my parents, of course, I will always share things to them. My mom was telling me, okay, if that's what you want, but just be careful. Very short and sweet. And
Yeah.
no continuous conversation. That's just how my mom is. And my dad say, okay, why do you want to waste time doing that when you can focus on your time to help me? I said, because I wanted to do something animal related, because I wanted to help, in the community. And for him, because he doesn't have the passion as I do, I mean, he does love animal, but he just doesn't understand like why create a whole business just for that. And also, like I mentioned earlier, he only focused on one thing for his entire life. And then he just think I'm going to waste a lot of time and effort to chase something that at the end probably not going to work out. But he did not stop me. He said, show me when you actually make it. But before you make it, everything is a dream.
I think that's a very Asian perspective, because like that's also how like my grandparents' generation works, where they're like, don't speak until it's done.
Yes.
And which I do agree, because you don't want to like oversay things, stuff like that. But at the same time, it's like, man, you could be a little bit more positive for me, like even though it's the truth, right? Your dad's just being realistic, I'd say.
Yeah, another thing is I don't ever come back and cry for me. Cry to me about like you need money, that kind of things. And there's also another warning he gave me, and I totally understand. Like I said, whatever I do in my life, my baseline is that I don't want to affect my family. So what I'm putting in Omnic Pet Club is everything that I, own by myself, I earn by myself, and I do not want my parents to worry that. Because, like some startup, they will end up with a heavy debt, and then they don't even know how to pay off.
Yeah.
That's like the most scary things ever. And I'm pretty sure that's also what my dad is worried about.
Yeah. I mean, at least like for us, like even though we just started this year, yes, we've been working on like a mobile app for a few years, but I feel like a lot of the money we've kind of earned like to cover without putting ourselves in that situation of having debt, like the competitions or us going out to sell things or trying to promote our online business, like it's helped us sustain. Obviously, we're not there yet. We still have so much to work
Yeah.
on, and we're not making enough to pay ourselves or to pay our people, even though we are paying our people. I think we are managing it pretty well, where we're not breaking our banks
Yes.
and killing ourselves over it, which I'm very thankful for. And at the same time, we get to work on something we like to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
And another advice is that I think everyone should always have like a backup plan, because not, the successful rate for startup is only 1%. And then after that, for you to survive for 5 more years is another 1%. So you will always have to have your risk management. Someone, like, everyone has to have that. If you don't have that, then you are a dreamer. I don't know if Penny have it or not, but I definitely have my own risk management for OmniPet Club. Like,
Yeah.
I know how much I am willing to put in and how much I have to cut out. Right? If it's more than that, there's no way I can continue. There's just a realistic part of the
Yeah. You
startup.
always have to have your limit, like
Yes.
your budget, your limit. Otherwise, like, if you're not prepared to even like handle your own personal stuff, like, there's no point in trying to
Yes.
be in a business. Yeah.
Because it's very sad to sometimes, reading the news, how some startup dream ruin people's life. But it shouldn't be like that.
Yeah.
It should be a dream that you are willing to go get it. But if it doesn't work, it's okay to back up. No one is gonna laugh at you. Especially like who we are, like Asian American woman. People are already thinking that we are set there for fail. But if one day we really can make it there, I don't think it's a failure, because we can show people that at least we try.
Yeah.
That's why I want to, showcase that. Just try as hard as, you can, and then see how far you can get.
It's better to try and fail than to never try and fail, so that you don't have any regrets in the end.
Yes.
And you've done your best, and hey, it's fun, like,
Yes.
I think we're having a lot of fun doing our business and doing these little podcasts and just sharing our knowledge and thoughts to everybody.
It might be useful for you, or it might not be, but
Yeah. We're just sharing. You can take it with a grain of salt.
Yes.
But entrepreneurship is fun. Yes, it's supposed to be serious, but hey, you're supposed to be having fun with it for you to want to not treat it like a chore.
Yes.
And like, sometimes I feel so bad because I have so much to do for the whole business, and Ray's always like cracking the whip on me.
I know she's behind.
I'm not that behind. I mean, I'm balancing a lot of things. But it's fun, right? Like, for me, it's my stress relief outlet. I don't know about you, but that's how I feel about OPC. It's like it makes me feel like more relaxed than any other jobs I've ever done.
I feel OmniPet Club has made me, I don't know, more anxious than before.
Why?
Because of this company, now we're doing podcasts.
But how is it so anxious? Like, how are you anxious?
And then you also forced me to have a social media profile.
Well, I didn't force you. I just said you should have like a social media profile. So
yeah, her forcing is like,
I'm not forcing. I know. Did I point a gun to her head? You guys know I didn't.
Reminding her every once a week, Ray, I think you should have a
hey, I think you enjoy having a social media. You post way more than I do. Like I don't even really post much.
Hey, people, please follow me.
Yeah, please follow rayray.io or something.
Yes.
rayray.io. Yeah, follow Ray. Like, she's always posting her cute cats and her yummy coffee that she can't have anymore, and for now.
Yes.
And her food.
But yeah, if like I didn't start OmniPet Club, I will never have the podcast. And this was definitely out of my, comfort zone.
Yeah.
And I will also not do social medias.
Oh, okay. See, I'm getting her out of her shell, you guys.
Hey, but I have to say, oh my God, social media is another job for me.
It is another job. That's why I'm having a hard time balancing my own and OPC's.
Like, people think, oh, you can just post a video or post reel and then you can be an influencer. It's more than that. I'm not trying to be an influencer. I'm just trying to showcase of, what I've been doing. That's it, as a person.
Yeah.
That's my goal. But
yeah,
I have to say, Like being a free influencer is a tough job. I
It is
give
a tough
credits
job.
for them too. They
Yeah.
are, you know, what we're doing is kind of like what we are doing for startup, right?
Yeah.
You have to have the heart for it. Otherwise, it's gonna be a tedious work and you're gonna hate your life.
It is a lot of work, like video editing, picking up the content. It's just a lot of work. I feel like as a business, social media is probably the hardest thing. Like I know not everyone's on social media, which is why we do events too, but like the whole social media aspect, I'm a marketer. I don't do like social media marketing. I do mostly like email, digital ad marketing sort of things, but actually content creation is tough because it's like instant videos that you have to come up right away.
Yes.
Versus production videos, which I'm more familiar with, like
Mhm.
more commercially type of things. And so, yeah, daily content creation is hard.
And you also have to follow the trend.
Yeah,
And then
it's the research,
algorithms change, you know, trend change. And
yeah, there's no cookie cutter for it.
yes.
You just gotta like keep putting something. I mean, that's general rule of thumb for marketing is testing, you know?
Yes.
Just gotta keep pushing it out and see what works. But then just because it works once doesn't mean it's gonna work again. You know, so yeah. It's just the world we live in. It's so fast and changes all the time. But yeah.
There's also like startup world. It's the same.
Yeah, it's all the same. But I think, yeah, Ray and I, we probably can go on and on and on about our business experiences. But, you know, maybe we'll have another session
Yes.
about this topic one day. You know, if you have any other questions, comments for us, you know, we're happy to address them in the future. So
Yeah.
let us know.
And I hope this episode doesn't bore you because
It's okay if it bores
I'm
you.
trying to make it interesting.
It's okay, Ray. It's okay. Like if we're boring, we're boring. I guess we'll just have to shut this down. But yeah, let us know what you want to hear more. If you have any business questions, we're happy to answer anything. You can message us on Instagram, Facebook, email us. Our email is on our website at omnipetclub.com. And again, we upload these on Thursday morning, so stay tuned every other week. So if you have any more questions, subscribe to us so you can keep updated to all of our postings. And yeah, that's it.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.